We see the GOAT, man. Jigga was 26 when he first came out. Like, he had precision. He had a team of niggas around him, like, that knew what was up. So, yeah, you may be young and you may want that quick money, but if you finesse it and you really master what you're trying to do, you become a Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Like, he was never in no bullshit contract, so.
Because you signed something at 17 because you want to get rich quick and be young and rich, and then you burn out by 22.
Right.
Jigga do it at 26, and he's still going at, what is he, 50? Yeah. Or close to it?
Close to it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Fellas, No Label the Pod, episode 10. How we doing today?
Living good, feeling good.
Living great. How about you, Don?
I'm feeling good, man, you know. I'm blessed to be here. Another day on this earth.
I hear that.
Great mental state, great physical state. Can't complain.
Yes.
So what I want to start doing on the pod is, you know, since we are a music podcast, which I've always been listening to this week, man. Give the people a little insight on our tastes, what we've been feeling this week, our vibes. Dave?
Man. Been playing Jack Boys a lot lately. Not gonna lie. Minus the first and the last track, but that in between.
Hold on, the last track? You don't like that jam with Pop Smoke?
I do like Gotti, but after a while it can get a bit much.
Really?
You know, like, I don't know, just for me. Like,
yeah, that's my favorite track on there.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot, but I just can't listen to that track too many times. I'll get sick of it too much.
That's good.
It make you angry?
Nah.
Make you want to beat people up?
Nah, not even. It's just it don't give me. It's just like, all right, I'm just listening to something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just listening to.
It doesn't even sound like it's like a Jack Boy song though. It sounds like it's a Pop Smoke song, and then like Travis is like, "Yo, let me borrow this for the tape, bro."
That's what I like. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, true.
Pop will bring you into his world.
He might as well just be signed to them boys.
Yeah, he might as well.
Price, what you been listening to?
I've been listening to 070 Shade. I've been listening to the Mac Miller joint, the Future and Drake single. I've been listening to myself. I've been listening to
Vision.
I've been listening to the Jack Boys album and the Deluxe. You know,
I only said one. My
fault.
That's a fact. That's a big fact. All of those that he mentioned, literally, I've listened to. Literally everything of Thundercat. I don't know if anybody like knows him, but
yeah, I know Thundercat.
He's a wild artist. Who else? It was somebody else who I was just playing.
Before I forget, I've been listening to Pimp a Butterfly a lot still too.
That's tough.
That's why. Oh, Uzi. I was re-listening to Uzi.
Just Uzi, a specific tape or anything?
Nah, just like his whole catalog.
Uzi on shuffle?
Just playing, yeah, Uzi on shuffle. For sure.
What you been listening to?
I've been bumping the Free Nationals. They last album.
I like that one.
Yeah, that joint groovy as hell.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know what I mean? Give me a nice little vibe. I've been bumping Circles a little bit. I've been listening to like some singles. What's the nigga's name? 645.
I thought you were about to say 6ix9ine.
No. Yeah.
I'm listening to Lil 6ix9ine. You know,
6ix9ine.
Free the guy.
That's to do with 645. Yeah.
That's to do with like the squeaky voice or like the high pitch joint? Yeah, I just found out about him like a week ago.
Yo, that shit is hilarious. That shit can make me laugh. Yeah, I'm listening to him. I listen to TJ, what's his name? TJ6X?
X6, yeah. The scammer boy.
Yeah, scam rap. That shit is hilarious. That shit give me a good laugh. I be needing that every now and then.
I feel it.
I listen to Jack Boy. I've been listening to Jack Boys too. I want to hear, what's the dude, Don Tolliver? I want to hear him like.
I'm listening to his first album.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be coming out with something this year. I'm assuming.
I want to see him like get that heavy push that I like his voice.
Cause bro, he bodied the whole Jack Boy.
Yeah, he was definitely a standout on there.
Yeah, he was my favorite person.
He literally turned the whole project up for sure.
Yeah, bro.
For sure.
I'm ready to hear this.
I've been listening to Last Person, 88 Glam a lot too.
The guys,
them boys. Camino.
I've been listening to y'all know Masego.
Oh yeah.
I've been listening to his album. I was bumping that Meek's Wins and Losses a lot this week. I've been listening to Rocky's discography a lot this week. Who else have I been listening to? I listen. I'm not gonna hold you. I listen to Hoodie Season at least once a week. So I'm obviously bumping that. Let me see.
His new shit gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Artist 2.0.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be called. What else have I been bumping?
Hey, play with Cardi, man. We waiting on that whole lot of red. Come on, man.
I was bumping Drip Season 3 this week. Gunna. I was bumping Ari's album this week. Shea Butter Baby. You know damn well I wasn't bumping Ari.
Max, I knew it was Linux. See, Ariana, see? This is your guy. This is your boy.
Hey, Press, you don't want to do that, man. But and I was bumping Summer's not the Over It album, but the Last Day of Summer. I was bumping that this week. And yesterday I was bumping Dirk, Science of the Streets 3.
Dirk, yo.
Career day in school.
Never be a policeman.
Yo.
And a good transition. I'm sure we were all bumping that Wayne funeral.
Yes.
What's y'all boys' thoughts on it, man?
You started that joint on fire. I'll be honest, I didn't get through the whole thing. This is like 24 tracks.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah.
It's
No freaky.
Yeah, you gotta. Like, I appreciate.
He started off going crazy.
Yeah, he started going crazy. Like, it's always gonna be bars. Like, yeah.
And that's the thing with Wayne. Like, when people talk about Wayne, like, oh, Wayne felt like his version of Fall Off is still better than most of these rappers.
People that say that are just followers following the wave and they full of shit.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Because I really don't think he ever fell off. Like, because he's always had bars, you know what I mean? Like, he's never, like, put out trash.
Yeah, so 24 tracks. It was told that he did that to honor Kobe. So I don't know if he added tracks or he took off tracks. But everybody knows if you're a Wayne fan that Kobe's his favorite player of all time. So 24 tracks to honor Kobe. And then on the 8th track, I think it's called Bing James. He had a 24-second moment of silence at the end on the 8th track to honor Kobe. So I definitely fuck with that.
Yeah, man.
My thoughts on it. You know, well, Wayne is my favorite rapper of all time, so I definitely like the album, but we were talking about it, I think the last pod, how we were like, since this is supposed to be his final one called Funeral, we thought that he would touch on like certain topics, you know, the Cash Money label situation, get more introspective on things. He did that on some tracks, but most of the album was pretty much just like, it was like head nod music, like bumping it.
Yeah.
It was kind of like mixtape Wayne, which I loved. Like, I like the album. I like it a lot. I like the album a lot, but I just expected... I had different expectations for it. If I went in there with like a clear mind, just like, oh, a Wayne album, I'm excited, I would love it a lot more. But just because I had...
That's kind of how I went into
just because I had a certain mindset on it, that's why I'm kind of on the fence about it. Even though, like I said, I love it. I like it. I've been bumping it all day. I was bumping it yesterday.
Mahogany go hard.
Yeah, Mahogany's crazy.
Well, how you feel about like the beats he picked though? I felt like it really sounded like older beats. Like I want to hear him on some like fire production. I haven't heard like a crazy beat in Wayne. Like just
he had a couple Manny Fresh joints on there. I think he had Mike Will on there. I know he had a Jallo Beats one on there.
He need like a...
As far as I know.
The first 3 beats though, the first 3 tracks, like those beats are insane.
Yeah.
Personally, like I don't know. I feel like that was the one thing that I found to be flawless on the album was like the production and like
I thought
the beats.
production was
I thought
tough
the
too.
production was super tough.
Maybe I gotta listen to it, but it's like I feel like I want to like I know Wayne can like rap his ass off at any point in time.
Yeah.
Like, rap circles around anybody.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear him like.
And there was a lot of that on there.
Yeah, I want to hear him come with like on some concept shit, like with go in with like either like a Swiss Beats or like I don't even care like have like J. Cole executive produce your next album. Like we know what Wayne gonna bring to the world. Like it's dope.
If it's like so much fun, then yeah, he need to do that.
Yeah. One thing, like I was at peace with it, even though like I was looking for the more introspective, deep stuff, him really telling his story. But I was at peace with it because I just felt like it was Wayne just having fun and loving rap again, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't putting out music for a while, then he dropped Carter 5, which a lot of people said sounded kind of out of date. So to me, this was kind of like, I got the same Carter 5 vibe, but just like more up-to-date stuff.
Yeah.
So
I
Carter,
didn't know people were saying it sounded out of date. Wow.
Carter 5,
yeah, because you can kind of tell that the songs, because you know he been trying to release it for a while. So obviously he kept a lot of songs that he probably made back in like 2015, 2014, and he still put them on there. Whereas this one, it seemed like just more up-to-date versions of the Carter 5 songs.
Word. Yeah, we'll see. Like, cause I know he's talking about this might be his last album. Period.
I don't believe it.
Like, I hope not, but it's like I would want to, like, some of my favorite Wayne songs were like heavy, like, concept songs, like where he stays focused on like one thing, whether it's like something you forgot, fucking even Pussy Money Weed, like even stuff like that. Like,
I feel like dying.
yeah, and it's like when he focuses in on like on a song, them shits hit different, bro.
He got a couple joints on there like that though. I'm looking at the track list right now. The one with Adam Levine, Trust Nobody, that's one of my favorite joints in there. That was a concept song. I mean, the title kind of tells it, Trust Nobody, saying he don't trust himself, trust his friends, shit like that. I can't think of another one that was. Bastard, I think, was kind of a concept one. And that's all I can remember from looking at the track list. But another thing I wanted to point out, if it's gonna be like I'm going based all of him saying that it's his last album. That's what I'm going based off of. So if it's his last album, I want to hear the features of people like he's been working with his whole career. That, you know, he had 2 Chainz on here, which I'm good to see. Right. But I wanted to see like a Drake on there, a Nicki. Yeah. I wanted to see Jewels maybe. Ross, like people who he has classic records with, where like if we see it, Wayne and them together, we know it's a banger. Like, you know what I mean?
Facts.
So that's what I was looking for on here too, and I didn't really get that except for he got the joint with Big Sean, who he works with a lot, and he has the joint with
Big Sean, Lil Baby.
Yeah, that joint's tough.
Yeah,
and he has the joint with who did I just say? 2 Chainz.
Why was he saying Thug was on the album?
I don't know. He said in the Drink Champs joint, right? Yeah, I didn't watch that interview, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
I saw a clip of him saying that, and I was looking forward to it. And I thought like maybe Thug was just gonna be a surprise feature with him without him being listed, but nah. Like him.
I want to hear the Lil Wayne like 444 album. I think that's what I'm looking, because like whole been setting that bar, and I know how competitive Lil Wayne is in that spirit. Like him, like me and the Carters, like they gotta. I want to hear Lil Wayne's 444, because I think he has mad shit to say as far as just like in his business life and with his family, just like how he looks at the world, how the world perceives him. Like I would love to hear him really like dive in and just even like talking shit on his impact. Like, is he happy with the impact he's had on the rap industry type shit? Like, it's a lot of mini-me's.
And he has a couple lines where he touched on that in there, but it wasn't like what we're looking for a whole song.
Like, I know you're insanely talented. You can say anything and make that shit sound like
he had some he was some bars on here though, bro. Like, he was in his rap bag.
Yeah. Just punchlines. Like, he was back to like his just punchline after punchline. Like just witty shit, clever shit. Yeah, yo.
Like, it kind of reminded me like how people saying that Eminem was doing on his latest album, just like the rapidy rap, but like Wayne's version is something that we not gonna get tired of. You know, Eminem want to fit as many bars as possible in a verse, where Wayne is just like, I don't know, I can't really describe it, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, for me, like, when I was describing earlier, too, like, how I felt about that, you're like, wait. I was like, you're right. But you explained it perfectly. Like, that's exactly how I approached, like, the album. That's why I felt that way about it. But, like you said, it was solid all the way through.
Yeah, like, it's not one of those concept albums or like some deep shit, but like I'm definitely gonna be bumping this all the time. Like, when I played it in the whip, it bump in the whip, bro.
Yeah.
So final thoughts on it?
I'm glad to hear him. I'm just happy every time I see Wayne.
Yeah.
He's a staple of my childhood. So
yeah.
He's one of them people that you just gotta give him their flowers while he here.
Yes.
Because he's forever gonna be.
He literally changed the entire landscape of rap. Like easily.
Yeah.
From hip hop as a whole, well, first as the South as a whole, and then hip hop as a whole. He just took that shit over.
Yeah.
And when he was saying he was the best rapper alive when Jay-Z retired, nobody was negating it.
Wasn't a question.
It wasn't even rappers that was saying like, nah, Wayne's wild. And they was like, yeah, he got it.
Yeah, they knew. Everybody knows.
Because just think about all the music he put out with features and mixtapes. Like, bro, I don't know if there's any rapper that has more music than Wayne. When you really think about it, all the mixtapes and features.
Released, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yo, that's another thing I was listening to leading up to the album during this week. I was playing hella mixtape Wayne, bro. I was just straight on my mixtapes, put that shit on shuffle, playing the Drought 3, the League, Dedication 2, 3, No Sailings. I forgot to say that, yeah.
Sure.
I was playing a lot of Wayne.
Classic.
Mixtapes for days, bro.
Yes.
It was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. Oh, touching on him not really speaking about the landscape of rap or how he influences so many people. He doesn't really pay that much attention to what's going on though, too.
I know,
he lives in his own world.
Like he's literally lives in his own world.
Yeah.
Like I know I seen a clip of him on a Drink Champs joint where he said he thought 21 Savage was a band.
Yeah.
A rap group.
so
Like
there's 21 rappers?
and he said that about a couple of rappers where he like, nah, I don't know who they are. And he said that like the rappers have taken offense to it, but he's really like, bro, I'm not trying to clown you. I really don't know who you are because I'm not. All I listen to is myself, and all I do is hang out with my kids. And you can't get mad at him for that.
Right.
At all.
For being indulged in his career and being a great father. Who can get mad at that?
Yeah.
It's just a few things. Like I want to hear him speak on like his drug use. Like almost like I kind of want to know why, because it's like we know artists like do drugs and help them with their creative process and shit. But it's just like we've seen how it affected Wayne's health in such a long term. It's like with somebody like that, I want to.
He speaks on that too.
Yeah, I gotta watch that Drink Champs interview because like he doesn't do that many interviews.
Yeah,
so it's like I have to see that. I'm really curious on just like that, and it's like, yo, you got mad bread, and I understand. Like he's been famous for a long time. Like what caused? I don't know. It could have just been addictions. It could have just been like, is it issues? Like I really want to get into his mind and like really.
He was rapping about Lean before all these niggas.
Yeah,
Word.
Still is. Like even on this album, like he was rapping about still doing mad drugs on a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Almost in like a Juice WRLD wave.
I hope he chill with the Lean.
Yeah, I can't wait for that Wayne biopic.
That Wayne biopic about to be crazy.
Yo, whoever does that, bro, they have to do it right.
It's gonna be crazy.
Because if I don't like it,
They didn't do Tupac right, so.
by the time they do that Wayne biopic, we gonna all be in the spotlight. We gonna be big. And if I don't like it, I'm letting it be known. I'm letting it be known. If I don't like
Better
it.
yet, man, you can direct it.
You can direct it.
You can be co-director?
I got you.
Executive?
No label the pod. F10. We stamped it. We manifested.
Wayne movie.
All right, one last thing though. I want Dave's take on. I know Takeoff's your boy. The Takeoff track. What you think of that feature?
That's honestly that's in my top 3. Like
Right.
that song, Harden. But I could go on, but Takeoff, I feel like he delivered,
he
bro.
snapped on it, bro.
Features, he goes off on, like, I'm not saying he doesn't go off on like his own solo tracks or anything, but I don't know.
He just to another level.
Yeah. He's just. I feel like he just feels the heat in a sense of just like, yo, I can't take any L's right here.
He should honestly be honored that Wayne even like wanted him on his final album. Like not even Migos, just Takeoff.
Just Takeoff.
Like that lets you know that he really rock with you.
And you know that's like
that's why I asked you. I was like, yo, what? I was like, Wayne. I was like, Dave gonna fuck with this
for sure. Had to like download that one for sure. What was your favorite tracks off this?
My favorite tracks. I mentioned the one with Adam Levine, the Trust Nobody. I like that a lot.
Top 3.
Let me see. I'm gonna go with. Damn. I think Not Me. I'm gonna go with Not Me.
Not Me is tough.
Not Me, Trust Nobody, and damn, bro, this is tough. I think maybe Stop Playing For Me. Stop Playing With Me.
Yeah, Stop Playing With Me.
Yeah, maybe Stop Playing With Me.
Stop Playing With Me. Stop.
So Stop Playing With Me, Trust Nobody, and what did I say? Not Me. Not Me, Stop Playing With Me, and Trust Nobody. And maybe Being James. Nah, I mean, those top three, and Being James is 3B.
That's respect.
Top three price.
I need more time, but I like Bing James. I like Mahogany. I like Stop Playing With Me. So I'd probably say right now those are my three, but that might change after I listen to it more.
Same.
No.
Yeah, I still ain't made it through the whole track. I won't even be doing the justice to even say.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I've only gotten to really lock in and sit with it one full listen, and then the rest of the time I was just playing it like around the house and in the car. So
yeah,
I definitely want to lock in with it more. But transitioning into things, the Mase Diddy situation. Who wants to introduce that? Because I'm not as well versed as some other people may be.
Man, I mean, I'm a real big Mase fan. Harlem World was one of my favorite albums growing up. And I just saw Mase posted a whole long message about Diddy, just basically calling Diddy out for still owning his publishing and having Mase locked into that record deal. I just thought that was a little weird because Diddy is the main one that, you know, is always champion for people to do what they want, be free as artists, and have the respect they deserve. So it just felt a little weird. Like I said, I'm not in these meetings. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but if what Mase is saying is true, it's just a little disappointing because Diddy is one of my heroes, and I don't want to hear stories about that.
Yeah.
So,
especially after that Grammy speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke on it last week about what he was saying at the Grammys and how important that is. But I say one thing we know about Diddy though is like that's been a common thing, like a side conversation around all his success. But it's like, but how many people artists did Diddy bring up with him? Like we see Jay-Z's, he's been with Biggs, he's been with like Dame and all. He brought other people up with him. Yeah. And when we see P. Diddy, we don't necessarily always see that. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to say it's not true because we don't have any examples, but like it becomes in question. It leads people to ask the question: is like, is he making sure everybody around him eats, or is Diddy the only one eating in this situation? But like one thing interesting about that whole conversation with Mase is like Mase said he offered him $2 million.
Right, to buy his shit back.
And did he buy it from him for $20K?
$20K.
Yeah,
that's robbery, bro.
But the thing is, it's like, it's hard. It's hard because it's like, okay, if before anything come out, boom, it's like, okay, these are splits, da 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 da, and they're talking about, okay, this is how much publishing you'll get, da da da. I'll buy you out.
Alright, so I'm gonna interrupt you. Was the $20K like before Mase started putting out albums when he first got signed?
Yeah, this was like 19, bro.
Or was this when like Harlem World dropped and he was in his prime?
Nah, this was before that.
Before
so Harlem World, he was already locked in.
Before he recorded anything that Diddy's gonna give him, like he's saying, okay, boom, so.
And you gotta think when Harlem World came out, Mase was young. You know what I mean? Super young. So it's just one of those things where a kid kind of just signed something without really knowing what was going on.
Facts. And it's like, do you blame Diddy because Mase didn't redid his contract?
But nah, this is why, if it's true, this is why I do blame Diddy. It's because, bro, $2 million is nothing to Diddy. Like he can, you know, Diddy's not like he doesn't rely on Mase's discography, bro. Like that won't hurt you because you billionaire, bro. Like
that's true.
It's just like I don't know.
You don't become a billionaire by letting money slide though.
Yeah, but like I said, man, I don't know what really went down in the meetings, but it's just like, man, you know, because Mase and Diddy is like.
From the outside looking in, it looked like they're close, like they're brothers.
Yeah.
And that's not something to me that you do to your brother.
I mean, I've been hearing Mase.
Like, even from the jump, if it's like, all right, $20K, because you're not. I mean, Diddy probably had an idea of what he could make off of Mase, how big Mase could be, just because he was in the game for a minute, and he had, you know, he was with Big, had Faith Evans, Craig Mack, the whole bad boy. But it's like, once it gets to a point where you see like, yo, this kid, we become close, he's making me a lot of money, I want him to be able to reap his benefits as well. just as a man, bro, I feel like that's kind of shady to me.
Yeah.
But that's one thing about
outside of business, though.
Yeah, even that's the music industry, though. And like that's been the culture within the music industry. Like it don't matter if it's white, black, or whatever. That's always been the case. And I think the issue is, okay, he buys his publishing for 20 racks, right? Diddy's taking a chance. So let's say Mase flop, whatever, then don't make no money. He's out $20K. But if Mase pops, he makes multi-millions, then Mase looks dumb for not investing in himself. So it's like, why would you trade $20K for a potential $10 million bag? You know what I'm saying? It's like, really, how much faith do you have in your art? You wouldn't sign that over. You would have never made that deal.
Yeah, it was different times back then, though. They didn't have the same resources or the same ability to self-educate as the kids do now, who are claiming that they're getting screwed over by these record labels and in bad contracts. You know, he's just a kid coming from the hood. He got a talent. Somebody sees he has a talent, and they put their faith in him. And he's like, "Yo, I'm rocking with him. $20K. I need that money right now, probably." You know, he doesn't know what other benefits he could reap in the long run. He doesn't know about really his publishing at all. I'm sure he probably didn't really know what his publishing was. Yeah. He don't really know about what a master's is if he's 18 years old from Harlem in the hood. You know what I mean? Yeah. They didn't have YouTube back then where they could research this stuff. They didn't know about what books they could read. They didn't know what OGs to talk to. Ain't no OGs in Harlem was gonna put him on game, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's a difference between somebody like a Uzi, not to take shots at your mans, and a Mase back in, what was it, 90 whatever, versus Uzi now in 2000. Even probably when Uzi signed his deal, nobody knew about the resources yet. He was his era was kind of that era to where people first started finding out about how to self-educate themselves and really know about owning this shit, you know?
Yeah. It's just like I said, like I really look at Diddy, like how we just lost Kobe. Like Diddy is really one of my heroes when it comes to the music business and just everything he's done within music. So it's like, it just hurts to hear a story like that about someone who you look up to so much and someone who you view as someone who is working to help, you know what I mean, up and coming artists and young black men just get to levels that's never been seen before. So
yeah, it just makes it that much more important that you invest in yourself, like, and know what you're signing. Like, yeah, if you in that negotiating room, like yo, before I sign anything, you know what I mean, let me sit with this contract for 3 days and let me call multiple lawyers.
More than 3 days, as much time as you need.
Yeah, let me call multiple lawyers to read this over. But and definitely, and like, you gotta check your lawyers too, because you don't wanna ask the label, like, hey, do you know any lawyers to look up this?
Yeah, because
that's the same thing.
Exactly, because that lawyer that they give you is looking in the label's best interest, so you can't trust them. Right.
Conflict of interest. So it's like, this is that much more important that you know what you're signing. And on like honestly, like, fuck the music type shit, like, yeah, Diddy should be able to, like, at this point, like, you probably already made multi-millions off Mase catalog. He don't need it. So he probably, like, just not even like as a courtesy, but like
it's just like the right thing to do. Like, you know, at this point,
this is that's not how you conduct business. And it's just like that's where always that personal and business stuff come in, because what he's doing with Mase right now, that's not like a personal thing. And it's like, you can't.
But what if it's affecting that person's life? Like, what if that man needs that money? What if he needs his money for his own music? You know what I mean? Like, then it's a blurred line, because, you know what I mean? Like, Diddy's not one of these old white heads at the suits. He can do something different. You know what I mean?
But you gotta understand who his mentors is. They had an interview with Diddy, got billionaire mentor homies. Like,
yo, I watched the interview. I can't remember the guy's name, but they were like talking about his book and whatever.
Yeah,
I watched like, that.
White people don't do that shit just because you so. Oh, I'll give you this. Like, nah, they cutthroat, bro. Like, they cut each other throat real quick. Like, don't make me think because you see a couple white motherfuckers just like doing that they just looking out for each other because they scared. No, they're exchanging money.
Right, but then, but if you're gonna do that, then don't be the main nigga preaching that, you know, artists should be out for, like, you know what I mean? it's hypocritical to me if what's going on is true.
It's definitely hypocritical. You just gotta.
I think that Diddy is, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
I think that Diddy is definitely in that situation, taking his publishing for $20K, knowing that he isn't knowledgeable about, Masters publishing, owning his shit. I think that's pretty messed up. But then later on in the post, Mase talks about how him knowing that he's trying to get his publishing back, Diddy's not giving it back, he's still performing, because he said that people are asking like, where's Mase at? And I'm performing for peanuts, da.
They just had a tour. I thought it was cool. I thought that's why it was surprising. That's what I'm saying. Like in that situation, that's on Mase, bro. I don't care if people asking where Mase at, you and Diddy not cool. I don't care how I look out in the public, bro. If you got my shit and I want it back, I'm not helping you out by performing on stage. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going on that tour.
That's where it comes, like, because Diddy got that leverage over him. Like, I know you want this back, but if you don't do what I say, I'm not even gonna give you the opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just not gonna have the opportunity then, bro.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, and it's like that's why it's just that much more important to like. It's way easier to prevent it than get out of the situation once you're in it. Because once you sign that piece of paper, that's it's on ready. Like it's done. Like no, like if you gotta negotiate for 72 hours, you gotta negotiate for a whole week. No, you need to look that over, bro. Like,
hell yeah.
My mom told me when I was young, do not sign nothing until you read it. If you don't understand it, let me know, bring it to me.
Facts. It's the same thing like if you get sick, bro. It's way easier to prevent yourself from getting sick than trying to get rid of it once you got it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's a whole different, it's a way about going out.
I hope they work it out, man.
And then like when I was touching on before, about the whole him still performing, going on stage because he need the money or it's gonna be a bad look if him and Diddy don't look cool in the public eye. In that sense, bro, you gotta know your self-worth. He has to know how important he was to that bad boy's legacy.
Right. No tour without Mase.
Exactly. Mase isn't on tour. That tour is not as big, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Because I think, when did Craig Mack pass? Did he pass during the tour or before it? I don't think that he was there for that full tour regardless.
Yeah.
And he gave Diddy his first platinum record with Flavor in Your Ear. And then who else do you have? You have Faith Evans. Who else is on Bad Boy?
Mary J.
Mary J.
Was Kim?
Nah, Kim was on. Was she?
Lil Kim?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah. Right? No, I think she was on Junior Mafia, which is it's kind of like a Cash Money, Young Money.
Okay.
But yeah, without Mase was after Biggie. Mase was the biggest artist on Bad Boy. Without him, maybe Biggie and Mary J. But Mase is definitely top three.
Mase put that shit on his back.
Yeah, that's a fact. But I'm just saying, all time, it probably goes Biggie and Mary J. And then Mase. Yeah. But without Mase, that tour isn't as big, bro. So he has to know his self-worth in that sense. He didn't know it back then, and apparently he didn't know it during the tour. But I'm glad that he's finally realized it now, at least. So
They working out. I thought they been worked it out, bro. Mase used to film videos of him walking up to Diddy with his publishing, like, "Yo, get me out." And I used to,
really,
this has been a whole thing, bro. This has been a whole thing, and so that's why I thought they been settled it. So that's why when you posted that, I'm like, damn, it's still going on. Like,
I think it's something we gotta understand that, like, just about the music industry in general. This ain't no white black thing. Like, this is a music industry. It's a very, very common place for like people getting robbed out of their stuff. Mm-hmm. Like you even see it with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift been fighting, trying to get her publishing back from people like. Dudes they selling it, they passing it around to each other, and she's like, "Yo, man, like I got the bag, like, give me my shit."
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna hold it. If I got Taylor Swift publishing, I ain't giving that shit up.
But I heard they gave her a chance to buy it, and she said no at first. I don't know.
I heard she messed up at some point, like not being on point with her shit, because there was a point she could have purchased it back. But it goes back again to like having knowledge of that information and just like knowing the culture of the business that you're in. I'm going to feed off of you. Like it's always been that way. Yeah. And like now we live in an information age where you're able to know better. You have to be able to trust artists when they say, "Yo, don't fuck with the labels, they're doing this." Like there's so many repetitive examples of what not to do. Yeah. We see like even our like Wayne, like we just seen him. He just won a lawsuit getting money from some of his old albums.
And it definitely wasn't the money that he should have gotten, but at least he got something.
It was peanuts in comparison to what his discography is worth, bro.
Without Wayne, their Cash Money would have ended a long time ago. A long time
ago. And it's
just
like, bro, like, you got to think he giving birth to people like Drake and Nicki Minaj, bro. Come on, and it's and it's all stemming from bad contract. Like even when him and
I wonder what age Wayne was when he signed the contract though.
But the thing is, he was like 12.
Exactly. I was about to say he's probably like 12.
Because he was rapping, he was like 14.
Yes, bro. And it's like it gotta hurt that much more than somebody who's been taking care of you. Bro. That's like a father figure, and they're literally like taking all of your money and not letting you have nothing in your name. You gonna feel away as a man, like that's what's like. That's probably part of the reason why you do drugs the way you do. Like that shit hurts, bro.
Yeah, it's coping.
Yeah, you're coping, bro. Like, and that's one thing I want to like. I talk about like I want to see Wayne at least attempt to really like dive in that because that's got to be painful and just like.
Hopefully, you talk about it in the Drink Champs one.
Yeah,
I'm hoping. Because I feel like Nori, he has enough respect for Nori and what's the other guy, FN? Or enough DJ FN. I feel like he got enough respect for them to where if they ask him something like that, he'll give them an honest answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like we'll see, man. I don't want to see any of these newer artists who are 14, 15 right now watching YouTube, seeing all these artists and like they think it's all good and sweet. And it's like, nah, bro, you have to be able, there's certain things you need to be able to do. And if you can't do that, you have to be able to recognize it and put someone around you who may not be able to rap, who may not be the flyest dude, but I know he's smart. So that smart kid in class, you know what I mean? You may be the coolest dude here, but you see that smart kid in class who know how to read all them thick ass books. Hey, yo, bro, what you think about? You know what I mean? And you may want to put him under your wing. You might want to help him get a couple chicks, and he'll help you and guide you to make sure people don't get robbed because you looked out for him when, you know what I mean, nobody else would. And that's something that we need to do as like in our culture. It's just like we can't fall for the okie doke. It's all lights and glam. We got
bro. They gotta realize that these rappers, they flashing all this jewelry, cars, houses. They're not getting all of that off of rap money. They have other streams of income. They have whether they own real estate, whether they're in stocks, or they got their own label. They got other artists signed to them. Like they're not all getting that from that advance that they got from when they first signed their contract, or they're not that money that they have. They're not getting cars and all that from their streaming services money that they're getting or their album sales. They have several streams of income. So don't think that Jay-Z's a billionaire, that all that billion came from his discography. It did. Like it shows the breakdown of where he got his money from, you know?
I want to say like out of Jay-Z being billion, I think they said it was like it's less than 10% of the money that he made is from music. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fucking like another thing I seen, we was watching Polo G. He was telling me his mom was his manager. Like that's a perfect situation where it was just like, yo, that's somebody who's going to look out for you. That's somebody who's going to have your best interest. Hopefully, like when that money start coming in, we hope that person has your best interest in mind with your mom. So that shouldn't even be a question. And it's just like.
Yeah, if you have a great relationship with your mom, you have nowhere.
That's the type of people you need around you to be able to count your money.
His mom didn't start out as his manager either. His mom seen, yo, my son is getting looked at by these record labels. He's blowing up. Let me educate myself on his music business because I know nobody's gonna love him or have a better interest in him or have the best interest for him like I will.
Fast. And say like who else?
And that just showed how he was raised because even in his music, I was playing some shit for Nelson. He's like, yo, I didn't know that he was talking about shit like this. I'm like, yeah, bro, he may be 21, but he's like in that same class as Roddy as far as he got his head on his shoulders straight, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that just speaks volumes in today's world. Like, it's something that's much needed.
So this ties into it. We're gonna talk about the Meek tweet. Mm-hmm. So Meek, when did he tweet this? Like a week ago, earlier this week maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
So he says, what's up with all these different race men, got all these young black kids in slave contracts in the music business. Come get with us, you need help fixing your situation. Hashtag DC, which is Dream Chasers, his label. Hashtag Rock Nation, which is I think his management or he signed to, something like that.
Yeah, management through Rock Nation. Bro.
It's literally still, and now we find something we can get rich off of. Next tweet, oh no, this is a later tweet, doesn't matter. So yeah, what y'all think about that? Especially him using that slave contracts. That's the highlight in there. That shit should have been in bold, in capital. Slave contracts. That's a big statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, them chains ain't worth it, man.
Yeah. And that ties into like what we were saying earlier. My bad to cut you off, but like, you know, you got to make sure you know what you're about to get into. You know, if you don't know what you're looking at contract wise, don't just sign just because you see, oh, you're gonna be making $1 million. You know what I mean, or whatever. And like, obviously, for somebody who's young, even somebody who's not even young or middle aged or whatnot, somebody who just never touched or seen that type of money person ever will just be like, okay, you know what? I can be able to bless my family with this type of money. I know I can do this. But it's like, nah, yo, you gotta look at the fine print, because $1 million is $1 million, but then there's other things within that contract that states, oh, but we get this portion.
Exactly.
Oh,
it's not really $1 million, bro.
You know what I mean?
You're getting about 300.
That's gonna cut down right to about almost 200K.
No, I mean, that's a lot to me right now.
250, which is still, you know, 250.
Because, bro, we see even with Ye.
No kids, not married.
Ye had a contract. The man can never retire. Like, bro,
Yes.
even our goats can fall into that. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. You gotta be, like you said, you gotta know what you're getting into.
Yeah, and I don't think the kids even really care or look at it like that, though. I really think they're like, well, he may be in a bad contract, he may not be able to retire, but look what all he's done. He's Kanye now, so if I get to that point, but I'm in a bad contract, fuck it. Because they don't care about having financial freedom or having freedom just within themselves and be able to create how they want. They care about looking like they got all that money or looking like they're a star. It's all about the perception. That ties in, that's getting off topic, but that ties in just the social media and Instagram fame and shit like that.
That ties in with P. Diddy. He brought in the shiny suit era. You know what I'm saying? And that shit looked cool. After Pac died and Biggie died, like...
Hold on, was Hype when that did that video?
I don't know.
Because that Hype Williams era videos too, that tied into it as well. Yeah, the flashy era.
And like that shit
tied back into Wayne, the bling bling era.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, everything in his bling bling. Come on, man.
Yo, it looks good on the outside, but everything ain't sweet. Everything that glitter ain't gold. So it's just like it's real important that you understand like that you have to have yourself, bro, because like you have to have your best interest because nobody else will. It's like if you're not willing to look out for yourself, why should they?
How do you expect somebody else to?
Yeah, like, why should they? And
don't expect them to,
especially somebody that you don't know from a can of paint.
Right.
It's like they come down from generations of this person's uncle was a lawyer, this person's grandfather was a lawyer. They're passed down. They know the tricks in the trade. They know the loopholes. So they're waiting. Why do you think all the artists in hip hop are so young? They're not preying on like older people. Like they start wising up, and it's like, okay, we're not doing this. We see that now. Like how many of the Lils you see like pushing like, and they get trapped in these shitty situations. It's not you have like get an OG in your corner who was able to be like, yo, I heard this, we experienced this, boom. Try this. Like
they gotta listen to it. Like a lot of them have OGs that tell them, but they don't want to listen to that shit. Right. And it depends on the delivery of an OG too. Yeah. Because you know, even growing up, I'm gonna just say, for example, growing up in Buffalo, you got the old heads, you got Delaware. Yeah, bro, you gotta get your crossover tight like this. But I'm looking at you sitting on the bench watching me play with your gut out here. You know what I mean? You out of shit. You're not really doing nothing. So why would I listen to you? You know what I mean? So I don't know. They don't really know if these OGs have their best interest in heart. So how they really gonna listen to them?
Yeah, that comes with discernment. You gotta be able to trust your gut, and like maybe everything they say may not be the best shit for you, but they may drop a gem. They may drop a gem and say, "Hey, yo, like, watch out for this key term. Watch out for in perpetuity on your contract." But he can say a whole bunch of other bullshit that's like talk about he wants you to have a change and gold lane, But yeah, don't if you see perpetuity on your contract, yeah, make sure you get that taken out.
They gotta have a certain mindset to look out for that shit too, though.
We see it go.
I was about to say, like, I feel like it starts with you first. You have to know who you are as a person, like everything, not just your strengths, but your weaknesses too. Like, I feel like you gotta know, okay, what you have to work on and what to listen to when you are talking to somebody who's been involved in the game, and you know, okay, they might have some gems to drop for me with a certain situation that I need more insight on. You know what I mean? So it definitely it's a mix of a lot of different things, but I definitely feel like that's
about like
that's the biggest one.
Yeah, you gotta. It's kind of a contradiction, but you have to know what you don't know.
Yeah,
It's like, I know I'm bad at this.
Yeah.
I need somebody who's good at the shit I don't know. Like,
bro, we see the GOAT, man. Jigga was 26 when he first came out. Like, he had precision. He had a team of niggas around him, like, that knew what was up. So yeah, you may be young and you may want that quick money, but if you finesse it and you really master what you're trying to do, you become a Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Like, he was never in no bullshit contract. So
because you signed something at 17 because you want to get rich quick and be young and rich, and then you burn out by 22.
Right.
Jigga do it at 26, and he's still going at, what is he, 50?
yeah.
Or close to it?
Close to it.
All right, so back to the Meek tweet. Do y'all feel as though this Meek tweet came from a genuine place, or does this come from frustration as far as him now being an executive of a record label and him not being able to sign the artist that he wants to sign because he's not looked at as that big establishment like a Interscope and an Atlantic or Epic, you know what I mean?
Personally, I feel like it's just him feeling free to just talk about how he feels. So like you said, the first part, like I just feel like it's from a genuine spot.
He just see through the bullshit. He just see through what they trying to do, and he's trying to do something different.
Yeah, he's always been the artist that wears his heart and his emotions on his sleeve. So if he feels something, he's gonna speak on it.
Right.
Yeah, he's been given enough game by billionaires and executives.
Robert Kraft is his new best friend. Him and Michael Rubin.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not the only billionaires that be at the Rock Nation brunch.
Facts. And he's been through it too. Like he's been through it for a little bit. So I think now that he's starting to, get in a happier place now and whatnot. Really, like he's
matured a lot. Yeah, grown.
He's definitely grown for sure.
Yeah. And then him being on MMG, he probably got a lot of game from Ross. Because at least me personally, I've never heard anything of Ross having people in bad contracts or doing them shady. Right. One person that comes to mind is Stolly, who's not on MMG anymore. Stolly wasn't happy with the situation. Ross let him out of his contract and let him go free and do what he wanted to do. Yeah. So Ross hasn't come across as a shady dude or a shable label owner. So he definitely got a lot of game from him. What'd you say?
I said, where's Stolly now?
Bro, Stolly was my boy.
That was my guy.
I was my guy. Stolly.
I love Stolly.
So
she didn't do that.
Damn, I had another point on this Meek tweet.
Nah, it's just like it just comes back again. It's like you gotta trust people when they tell you shit, bro. Like Prince had slave written on his face at the award ceremonies, bro. Like, look, you have to pay attention. Yeah. It's just not. If you know, you know, and it's like
if you know, you know.
In a world where information is fucking everywhere, tons of distractions, bro. You need to know what to focus on, so you can like be prosperous and successful in your shit.
Yeah, if you're ignorant, it's by choice.
At this point, because man,
can't feel sorry for anybody in a bad contract nowadays. I'm sorry, I can't unless you really unless you really unless you
needed that money at the time.
Right, you come from
because you
like
never know people's situations.
You don't know nothing about what's going on, but you just have amazing talent. You know what I mean? Like it just hit for you.
Because if it's a case where I'm in the hood and my family's life is in jeopardy every day, and if I sign this contract for $1 million, but I'm only get 300, and I can save my 3 brothers' lives, my 2 sisters' lives, and change my mom's life, I might have to just take that L and sign that contract, bro. You feel me?
Facts.
Because you also don't want to live with that on the back of your mind that if I would have signed this, my 3 brothers, they could still be here on this earth today, you know?
Right.
But then when you sign that, you gotta just go extra hard.
Right.
And getting yourself, knowing that, you might be in a situation where you're not gonna get as much money, so you gotta start thinking about other ways to get money or how to manage your money so you'll be good no matter how much you're getting from it. So
you can't be afraid to turn down $1 million because that $10 million may be around the corner. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is interesting though. We in a real like special place in a special time where ignorance is all by choice at this point.
All these record labels are getting so much bad publicity. You would think they would start at least trying to do niggas right.
It's the light show, bro. It's the light show.
Hell yeah.
All these people
Lights in them
out.
cameras, bro. That perception on social media, that perception to their friends and people back in their hometown.
Yeah.
It's a difference between being signed to Interscope and being signed to Dream Chasers. No shots at me, because everybody know that's my guy. But it's a difference.
Yeah.
Right,
Just,
but when
just,
you're
just
hearing
as far as what it,
sure.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm being devil's advocate.
You be surprised how many people signed to Interscope who was not coming out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You see all these tweets about people like, oh, Interscope's not letting me put. Like, you would start thinking niggas would be like, damn, I don't want to be with Interscope. All these niggas are tweeting. It's not cool over there.
And then just me, and another thing that Wayne said on Everyday Struggle, it's like, as a black man coming from a certain struggle or a certain circumstance, I would want to sign to somebody who understands me and can relate to that. So signing to, if you're somebody like I'm trying to think of ours, just for example. If you're somebody like a Polo G, even though what I'm assuming is his situation is good, but if you're somebody like a Polo G, why wouldn't you want to sign to somebody like a Meek? If he understands where you're coming from, he probably came up in the same struggle as you. He knows the circumstances that you're in, circumstances that you're trying to get out of. He can relate to you. He can relate to you on a more personal level and a man-to-man as a black man level than these other label execs can. You know what I mean?
I'd trust a Meek Mill over Bobby Wazowski any day, bro. Like, I said, you know what I mean, smoke a blunt with Meek, and actually, you know what I mean, somebody, like you said, somebody who understands you, who has a similar struggle as a black man. Not saying I'm only gonna, only trust black people, but
at all.
It's just like you said, when you come from similar places, you know, y'all have shit in common, so.
Right. Exactly. Shout out to my guy Waylon, man. Go over there to Asylum Records. He's executive A&R. So shit, I think we can wrap it up, fellas. Y'all got anything else to touch on? Anything else to say?
Beautiful day, beautiful night, beautiful podcast, man.
We 10 episodes in, man.
Yes, sir. Once again, man, R.I.P. Kobe forever.
Yes, and Gigi and all the passengers too.
All 9 of them.
The whole families.
Yeah.
Say prayers for them. They've been going through a tough time.
To the families, definitely.
All the internet people that's trying to make jokes, fuck you. Nothing's funny.
Except I like that one tweet though. That when I showed you, I think it was a couple days after, the dude tweeted, was like, Kobe probably up in heaven smacking the shit out of David Stern for vetoing that CP3 trade.
Facts.
Yeah,
that was the only one.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was the time I needed that. I needed that at the time.
Yeah. We needed a little light.
A little humor.
Y'all seen the meme when Jesus was crossing over Kobe? It's like, oh, you thought shit was
Yeah, I seen that one too.
That shit was funny.
Alright, man. R.I.P. Kobe, R.I.P. Gigi, R.I.P. to all 9 of the people that died.
Facts.
Prayers to their families. No label the pod. We out.
Peace.
Peace.